Yeah, so just a quick recap on the camp in terms of the scores. It was an amazing finish actually. We had Team 1 finished in 7 hours and 15 minutes and Team 2 7 hours and 16 minutes. So it was 1 minute apart, but through time penalties, Team 1 couldn't finish the river crossing on the stand-up paddleboard, so they got a 1 hour penalty. Throughout the quiz, for every question the team got wrong, they had a 10-minute penalty. So Team 1 ended up with a 1 hour 20-minute penalty for the quiz. Team 2 30 minutes. Through the grid game, for every mistake or error or breaking of rules that the team made, they got a 15-second penalty. So it was 7 minutes 30 to Team 1 and 7 minutes 15 to Team 2. So the total scores, Team 1 finished in 9 hours and 42 minutes and Team 2 8 hours and 53. So Team 2 were the victors, which was fantastic. The biggest point, I guess, for me out of the camp was to have a really good review of everything that they did over the 2 days. A big part of the work we do at Leading Teams, one is around relationships, and the boys were able to do that. We did some great relationship building activities, but more so the time that they got to spend together over the 2 days was really valuable. And the other part is around genuine conversation. So it was fantastic from my point of view to see the boys, particularly in the review. You know, one team had decided not to finish the river crossing because they felt that was, you know, the way that they were going to win, because winning and competing was a really big part of the camp. And the other team sort of stuck it out and got the river crossing done on the stand-up paddleboard. So from my point of view, the review and the conversations that they had around that, with one team, you know, believing really strongly that they'd done the right thing in the fact that they'd said we can't finish this, so we're better off taking an hour and potentially winning than the team that stuck it out. And they obviously felt really strongly that they'd dug in and done something that potentially, you know, they found really challenging. So, but I guess again the point from my point of view is the fact that the conversation was really respectful. You know, it didn't turn into an argument or anything like that. It was both teams putting their views forward and having really strong point of views. And at the end of the day, they could finish that conversation and still have those relationships. So that was fantastic. The other part, obviously, of the review is to try and relate everything that we did throughout the camp back to their football, and how the learnings they took away from that and how they can take that back into everything they do here at the club. So some of the key things were around competitiveness, as I said, the relationships and the ability to build trust with each other to allow them to have these genuine conversations around performance. So the boys have just done a presentation to the rest of the group around, you know, what they got out of the camp, what they learnt, and how they feel they can influence the group when they get back here, which was fantastic. From my point of view, I thought of the new guys, Tom Keogh and Cam Lurch were really, it was positive, you know, to see the way they performed. You know, both from a leadership point of view and their ability to build relationships with the other boys. And of the second year guys, for me, the one that jumped out was Adam Sard. You know, particularly in the review, you know, Sardi hasn't been the most vocal guy, I don't think, in the past, but his ability to, you know, be strong in his opinion, I thought was fantastic. So, you know, I think on a whole the camp was a huge success. You know, the boys had 5 or 6 outcomes that they wanted to finish the camp with, and they were able to tick all of those off. And as I said, the presentation they just did to the rest of the group I thought was fantastic, and will hold them, you know, collectively as a group in really good stead going forward. But I think, you know, the pressure that they want to put on the rest of the team going forward and the influence they feel they can have on the group is really positive.